actually going to start with some breaking news this morning, and it may be some good breaking news, which is welcome for a change. Good news in the race for the coronavirus vaccine. Moderna says that its vaccine has been about 94.5% effective in phase 3 trials. That is according to preliminary data that the company developed its vaccine candidate in conjunction with the National Health Institutes of Health, rather. So you may recall Pfizer also announced last week that early data shows that its vaccine was more than 90% effective. Both companies are hoping to apply for emergency use authorizations from the Food and Drug Administration. These announcements come as doctors warn soaring COVID-19 cases could soon overwhelm U.S. hospitals. Dozens of states are implementing new restrictions in an attempt to stop that from happening. Bofta Yimam is tracking the very latest case numbers, and she's joining us now from Washington. Bofta, where are some of the areas that are being the hardest hit? That's almost sort of a trick question because I know we're seeing numbers rise like right across the country.
That's right, 11 million reported cases. Good morning, Anne Marie, and to everyone at home. North Dakota and South Dakota right now are two of the worst hotspots. Meanwhile, around the country, we do know that ICUs and morgues are at capacity as some states establish new crackdowns prior to Thanksgiving. Total coronavirus infections have surpassed 11 million in the U.S., 1 million of those diagnosed in just a week. Hospitalizations across the country are now at a record high of more than 69,000. Among the worst hotspots, North and South Dakota, which lead the nation in highest per capita deaths. Beginning today, bars and restaurants will be at half capacity in North Dakota, and there is a pause on the start of winter sports.
To be clear, these are statewide requirements, not simply recommendations.
North Dakota also now has a face mask requirement. It has become one of at least 27 states that have imposed new coronavirus restrictions on businesses and gatherings in the last 2 weeks. President-elect Biden's incoming chief of staff, Ron Klain, urged state and local governments on Sunday to take action.
All Americans and our state and local governments need to step up right now.
Klain also said when Biden is inaugurated, he will impose a nationwide mask mandate. CBS chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook.
Imagine if you had a football game and there were 50 different coaches. We need one national game plan, and that if people on a local level want to call some audibles, fine.
As hospitalizations surge, Pfizer's new vaccine is raising hope. But Dr. Anthony Fauci says even when a vaccine does become available, Americans should not let their guards down.
We've got to get the vaccine, it's got to be deployed, and we can't abandon fundamental public health measures.
Health experts continue to urge all Americans to rethink Thanksgiving plans now and either move gatherings outdoors or go online and virtual.
Bofta, I know Thanksgiving is sort of the biggest concern. We're seeing all these numbers spike now, and we know people are probably going to gather for Thanksgiving. They probably haven't seen their loved ones in months and months and months. Some states are actually putting travel restrictions in place ahead of Thanksgiving. How are those supposed to work? What's the plan?
Well, Anne Marie, California, Oregon, Washington have at least urged people to cancel travel that's not absolutely necessary. And if folks do decide, Anne Marie, to go elsewhere, to leave the state, they do ask them when they do return to quarantine.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Quarantine, if you can get yourself tested ahead of time, that's good too. But you know what? Maybe this year it's all about the Zoom Thanksgiving dinner and see if you can be creative. Bofta, thank you so much.